we'll move on to the Move 2030 report from West Business Development Center's Una Workabow. Are you still with us, Una?
Nice pronunciation, Jeff.
I said it slowly, so I
Most
appreciate it.
excellent, most excellent. So for those of you that are not familiar, Move 2030 stands for Mendocino Opportunities for a Vibrant Economy. And the whole concept here is to gather data so that we can analyze and then prioritize and find funding for a number of challenges that are throughout our county. We've been working on this now for about 6 months, and so we're about halfway through the EDA grant-funded project, again, just to analyze and prioritize. And then out of these data gathering sessions, we will hopefully figure out a way to ensure that this program moves on not only for the next decade, but indefinitely. We have now had a stakeholder meeting and tried to get in as many individuals representing different aspects of the county as possible. And I really want to thank those that are on this call that are familiar with our steering committee, including Jeff. We also have Ted Williams, of course, and Brent Schultz. They all sit on the steering committee. And I also want to give huge kudos, and you already know because you've heard from her, that Superintendent Hutchins is on our breakout groups from this stakeholder meeting. And you all know how important broadband is to our region. But to let you know, from the stakeholder meeting, we have now set aside 4 different action groups. One of them, again, was chatted about earlier, but we have one that's just entrepreneurship and business. And we have a group that's actually really quite large that is working on action items within that subcommittee. We also have diversity in industry, green infrastructure, and what Michelle touched on, technology implementation. So these groups are all meeting 3 times, and then we'll all come together again in October with a list, again, of action items that we can then prioritize and figure out how to get funding. I can let you know that across the board for all of these concepts, broadband is at the top of the list. It's equal up there with housing. And we know that it's a huge nut to crack, but know that we are also extremely supportive in everything that you're doing, and know that we can work together to figure out solutions. It's been, with COVID, it's been exacerbated by far. And so anyways, I give you all huge kudos for the work that you've been doing. And I encourage any and all of you to reach out to me to learn more about Move 2030. All of these meeting groups are open to you if you would like to sign up for them, even coming in late. It's okay. Any kind of feedback that you have on the greater good for our community is embraced. If you would like to be invited to the next overall stakeholder meeting, which will probably be sometime mid-October, I'm happy to have you invited. Jeff could actually help me take care of that. But the bottom line is, we know that there have been economic development meetings and summits and forums that have happened over the years, and it's a lot of great information that goes into a binder and it's set on a shelf. And that is not what Move 2030 is about. We are about action. And even what might be perceived as a very minor win is a win. And we know that that needs to happen for the community to rally behind what's happening. This is not anyone's ownership other than the community's ownership. And that's why we encourage you to be part of the conversation. So we do have a website, which is move2030.org, and you're welcome to contact me. You don't even need to know my last name to do that. It's simply Una, U-N-A, at move2030.org. And if any of you have any questions right now, I'm happy to answer them. I know it's already been a very long meeting, so I don't want to put too much more on your plate.
Thank you, Una. Any questions? So I'd just like to thank the Community Foundation for permitting me to work with West Business Development Center on the Move 2030 program. I see I can do more research with regard to the economic impacts of broadband. Traditionally, the Broadband Alliance of Mendocino County has been working to improve connectivity throughout the county, but there definitely is the element of how does it benefit the county financially. I mean, what are the details with regard to improved property values or job opportunities, employment statistics? There's a large body of research in those areas that I will endeavor to explore, and so that I can bring those details to the Move 2030 resilience building for Mendocino County.
Greatly appreciated. Thank you.
Certainly. Does anyone have any additional comments or questions with regard to this item?